Drew seemed very nice. He sounded better educated than Max.
What are you gonna say about me when I leave, Veronica? Hey, you guys, wait up. Pepper, come on. I'm not even trying. Are you deaf?
Hey, Christy, that's not very nice.
We'll ask Drew to buy us some new school horses. How would you like that done to you?
How would you like to ride the slowest, laziest school horse there is? Pepper's useless.
He's not lazy. Are you, Pepper? Maybe he's sick.
We may as well go back anyway. This trail is blocked by the tree.
Plenty of firewood in that.
Max should have a look at Pepper. He's not himself.
Not Max, Drew.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he's got just a touch of colic.
No, he's not sick. He's just old. His working days are over.
My thoughts exactly.
That can't be right. I learned to ride on Pepper.
Me too.
And me. I'd say that's the problem. He's 28.
So, what will happen to him, Drew?
He'll be put out to pasture for a while until...
Until what?
Until he has to be put down.
It doesn't seem right.
Sort of dumping him because he's old. After all he's done for us.
And it didn't help having Christy trying to run around like a yearling.
I wasn't. That's not fair, Stevie. It was going to happen anyway.
Yeah, well, Christy made sure it happened sooner rather than later.
Come on, everybody. It's nobody's fault. It's just the way things are.
We have to do something.
I bet you it'd be different if Max was still here.
That's not true. Pepper's a working horse who can't work anymore. That's what happens.
Knock, knock. Anyone home? My name's Bud. G'day. Deborah told me I should come down and introduce myself.
Bud's gonna stay a few days. If you have any questions about anything to do with horses, fire away.
Yeah, well, I've been a jockey, I've been a blacksmith, a cartwright, jack of all trades, master of none. Ah. Why the long faces?
One of our school horses has been struggling a bit lately. And, well, Pepper's come to the end of the road.
Pepper? Appaloosa gelding? About 15 hands?
That's him.
How do you know Pepper?
Well, I started working here at Pine Hollows over 50 years ago as a kid. And on and off since then. Well, I taught Max and Drew how to ride. I met Pepper's poor old mum, Licorice, over 30 years ago. She had a tough time foaling. I spent most of the night with her. Oh, I must say hello. We've got a lot of catching up to do, old fellow, haven't we? Hey? Looks like you and me are in the same boat. Two old timers. This time's running out, don't we?
Drew?
Yes.
Carole, if we take turns riding Pepper, we promise to nurse him along. And that way Pepper will last for years.
It'll work, Drew, we promise.
You're not gonna make this easy for me, are you?
We've thought the whole thing through, Drew.
Pine Hollow is a business, and there's a lot of expenses at the moment. The last thing we need are vet bills for an ailing horse. The insurance is due, so's the feed bill.
And we need to buy in more wood for next winter.
I know we can get free firewood.
Where?
Last week's storm brought a big tree down in Fox Valley.
It'd last 2 winters.
Yeah, but listen, girls. Labor is money. If we're gathering wood, we're not doing something else.
We'll gather it.
And how will you get it back here?
There's no way this wagon is going anywhere.
Yeah, it's ancient.
Ah, what a beautiful wagon.
Yeah, except that it's half rotten.
Oh, yeah, but the chassis is fine. Yes, I'll have this looking as good as new in a couple of shakes of a lamb's tail.
Really?
Well, I told you I used to be a cartwright. That's until they fired me. No, but that's another story.
It was just so mean of Stevie to say it was my fault.
A new low, even for the Saddle Club. In fact, this whole place is going downhill lately. Max taking off without warning.
School horses getting old.
And strange old men wandering around.
We should just get our parents to sign us up somewhere else.
Oh, I've thought about that, but everywhere else is probably just as bad. I mean, for the advanced riders.
Like us.
Particularly if you've been cursed with being sensitive.
It's a curse, all right.
Red, can you come help us do up the old wagon in the barn?
Who's us?
Bud, Phil, Carole, Lee sent me.
Sure.
What about you two?
What about us?
We're going to chop firewood when we finish the wagon. Come and help.
You've got to be joking.
We're here to perfect our riding skills, not our wood chopping skills. Pine Hollow is definitely going downhill.
Well done, everyone. Yeah, I'd be happy to hire you as apprentices any day of the week. Look, just like new.
You make it look so easy, Bud.
That's because it is easy. That's if you can read the grain.
Read the grain?
See where the grain's not so close together? That's its weakest point, right? Should split like a charm.
Easy when you know how.
It's stuff you can't learn from a book.
It's stuff that has to be passed down.
From one generation to the next.
Like if you're splitting wood, you've got to read the grain.
Read the grain? What?
It's just my bad luck. I can't be there tomorrow.
Nice one, Phil.
We've lost a stable hand at Cross County, so the rest of us have to pitch in.
Have you guys looked in the mirror lately?
Somebody needs a shower. No deodorant will stand up to 4 hours of wood chopping.
I'm happy to take your word for it.
What about splinters? What about them?
And we're doing it again tomorrow.
You kids just are so not grown up.
Let's get out of here. It could be catching.
The Saddle Club have finally flipped.
Open your eyes.
Did some kind elves come and do this while I was sleeping?
There were 6 good elves. Lisa, Stevie, Carole, Phil, Red, and their leader, Bud.
You guys are the best. Thank you.
Drew, now that we've saved you all that money, does that mean Pepper's going to be okay?
Look, it's not just about the money. You girls have feelings for Pepper. But you've got to learn that mightn't always lead you to do what's best for him. He's had a good life, but it's over now.
Please, Drew.
Sorry, girls, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
He's moping because he can't be with the other horses.
You feel sidelined, don't you, Pepper? I'd feel so bad if I wasn't allowed to be with my friends.
Yeah, like if you guys were out having fun and I was cooped up inside by myself. Maybe one of us should stay with him and keep him company.
Yeah, take turns.
He looks brighter already. I'll take first go.
You girls are special. You're good with old wagons and good with old horses.
We feel so sorry for him. Poor Pepper. all on his lonesome.
You got a real fellow feeling for animals. Animals can teach us so much. He knows I've come to say goodbye, haven't you?
Say goodbye. Are you leaving?
Yeah, I'm heading back to the city on Thursday.
You like it more than here?
Oh, of course not. But Drew and Deborah are not having an easy time at the moment. I don't want to overstay my welcome, and I like to pay my way.
We're really gonna miss you, bud.
I miss you folks. In this fine place. I'd like to stay, but it's not to be.
I'm sure the Regnaries would love to have you stay longer.
Well, even if they would, I'd have to find a job. I feel really useless without a job. Yeah, I must be getting a bit of a cold. See you later, girls.
Red put the other horses out so Pepper's got company now. He's happy again. We've got to find a way to make Bud stay.
And save Pepper.
You really are little Miss Fix-Its, aren't you?
Well, somebody has to do something.
It's just the way things are.
What a pathetic thing to say.
Knock off the wood chopping, Stevie. It's making you weird.
Well, if weird means caring, then give me weird every time.
Veronica, let me ask you something. Bud wants to stay at Pine Hollow, but because of lack of money, he has to go back to the city. Fair?
And after a lifetime of being a good, faithful horse, Pepper has just given the brush off? Fair?
I didn't say it was fair. It's just reality.
Well, I don't like that sort of reality.
You can't do anything about it.
You can always do something about it.
Yeah, like what?
Miners Creek.
Of course.
Brilliant.
You guys are spending way too much time together.
You are way weird.
The old cottage of Miners Creek. Bud could live there.
But it's too old and dilapidated.
That's what they said about the wagon. Who owns it? The rich guy with the Angora stud.
Mr. Lomax.
Let's call him and see what the rent is.
Keep his head up. Keep his head up, Christy.
Why?
Because Bark looks like a hack, and you look like an amateur. Here, I'll show you how it's done. I'm pulling his head high, and he's looking good. And I am looking pretty good myself.
You don't know everything, Veronica.
I never said I did. But I know what matters. And keeping a horse's head nice and high matters.
Not always. Particularly if you're jumping him. A horse judges distance better if it sets its head one way and then another. I won the Grand National this way. But that's another story.
Well, yes. Thank you so very much. I spent 2 weeks in France at Monsieur Louverture's school. Funny he didn't mention it.
Oh, maybe you didn't know.
And maybe it's not true.
Oh, try it. You'll see what I mean.
As if.
Mr. Lomax isn't using the cottage, and nobody else is. So why won't he let us have it cheap?
Why are rich people so mean?
That's how they get rich, because they keep everything for themselves. If we could scrape together a month's rent.
But Bud doesn't have a job, remember?
One thing at a time.
Hey, we could chop more wood and sell it for rent money.
Yeah! Tim's timberyard buys wood.
Let's go.
Rich people are not mean.
No, we're just careful.
Guy's right, isn't he?
Yeah. Garnet's more confident if I don't pull his head up.
Same with Bach. How come your hero Louverture didn't mention it?
I guess because Bud was riding horses when Monsieur was still in short pants.
We owe Bud an apology.
I've got a better idea. Hello, Mr. Lomax. It's Veronica D'Angelo here. Look, I'm really interested in renting that dilapidated little cottage of yours at Miners Creek. And I'd like to mention also that my father, as president of the golf club, is looking at your membership application right now. Yes. And I'd like to say also that the cottage and your membership are, shall we say, not unrelated? Oh, too kind, Mr. Lomax. Our families do go back a long way, you're right. My father will call you tonight. Goodbye, Mr. Lomax. Have you been there all that time?
Quiet as a mouse.
You sneaky!
I heard every word, Veronica. I wouldn't be calling me sneaky if I were you.
You are so sly.
You seem to have that in common.
We have nothing in common.
Are you sure now? You don't know me.
And you don't know me. Perfect.
I can see straight through you, Veronica.
X-ray vision eyes. You play too many computer games.
I thought what you did just then for Bud was real nice.
Well, I did it to show how pathetic the Saddle Club are.
That's what you tell yourself. But I know different.
Stick to computer games, Scooter. I'm way out of your league.
Maybe. Maybe not.
$20 for all that wood.
What a ripper.
And we had to unload it ourselves.
It hardly paid for your oats, has it, Napoleon?
So, didn't work out, eh? We got $20 for the whole wagon load. A daylight robbery. Gee. And you three are pretty smart, aren't you? What I'm saying is that if you couldn't achieve something with your combined talent, then gosh, what would you think of someone who could do it all by themselves? What are you getting at, Veronica? You three have been running all over the countryside, chopping down whole forests, but you couldn't get the cottage, right?
Your point being?
How good is someone who scored the cottage rent-free with one phone call?
Did you?
How? The golf club did the trick.
You hit Mr. Lomax with the golf club.
Sort of.
Way to go. Good one, Veronica.
Hi.
How nice of you to arrive after all the hard work.
Hey, I told you. I've been doing chores across county until we get a replacement stable hand.
You need a stable hand at Cross County?
I told you we did.
What about Bud?
They're back.
Did you get the job, Bud?
No, I didn't have the right qualifications to be a stable hand.
What? Who says? Is it true, Drew?
But I got an even better job.
How come?
Cross County is starting up a new tourist heritage venue with a blacksmith shop, etc.
And they want me to be a consultant. Me, a consultant. So I finally made it.
That's fantastic, Bud.
Drew, could you do me a favour?
Sure, bud.
Well, I figured I might get a bit lonely up at that cottage up at Miners Creek. would you consider giving me old Pepper for company?
Why, sure, bud. You're very welcome to him. If that's all right with you girls.
Of course.
Excellent.
Pepper would love it. We always told you had a lot of future in front of you, didn't we, Pepper?
You may be 28, but you're still a fine specimen. In fact, you look as strong as a horse.
You and Bud are gonna live happily ever after, aren't you?
But that's another story.
There's only one thing worse than getting up on a cold morning and going riding.
And that's not getting up on a cold morning.
And not going riding. What's that?
Who are they, I wonder?
Let's go and say hello. Hang on, Lisa! Lisa! Somebody help! Stop, Prancer! We're coming! Hold on, Lisa! Prancer's going! Lisa, hold on! We're nearly there, Lisa! Help! Prancer!
Easy, boy. Whoa, boy. Easy, boy. Hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, boy. You did well to stay on. Hi. I'm Raphael.
Hi, I'm Lisa. And this is Stevie and Carole.
Hi.
Hey.
Oh, thank you for what you did just now.
Diablo needed a good gallop, and he likes to make new friends.
He's sure good at it.
Actually, I wonder if you guys can do me a favor.
Sure.
Just ask.
I'm looking for work.
What do you do?
Well, I'm good with horses. Are there any stables around here?
Yeah, they've been through this way once before.
Are they carnival folk?
Yeah, they follow the county fairs and rodeos.
Steer way clear of people like that.
People like what? They're all crooks. That's what my father says.
You were lucky to get away without losing anything.
There's a lot of rubbish talked about fairground people. It's just stupid rumours.
I can't believe anybody with a smile like Raphael's could be a crook.
What? Most of them are just thieves. They grab anything that's not nailed down.
Exactly.
Guys, you really know how to take the shine off things.
Word of advice. Have nothing to do with them.
That's going to be hard, because here he comes now.
Watch your wallets, everyone.
Hi again. Which way to the office?
It's up the stairs, Raphael.
Come on, I'll show you. Wish me luck.
What a gorgeous horse.
Hey, haven't you got her out of stealing a saddle yet?
I can mend most things. Leather tack is my specialty, and I can do a bit of shoeing.
And what's your hourly rate, Raphael?
I'll tell you what, Drew. I'll work the first day for nothing, and then you can tell me how much you think I'm worth.
And what if I don't like your work?
Hasn't happened yet.
Deal. Where are you camped, Raphael?
There's a cattle track 2 bellies over, at the end of that.
Oh, that's Cowan's land. You did ask his permission?
Not yet.
It's just that he's not very friendly. In fact, he's downright unfriendly.
Yeah. I always thought he was a bit crazy when I was a kid.
Well, then it looks like I won't be asking then.
What are you doing? Leave it alone, Neville. Neville, don't touch it. Too hot. Put it back down, Neville.
Well, who's going to go first?
I wanted to do some more at the old height. We're just training, Neville.
Don't be weak.
Nobody's being weak. We all want it lower.
You better give me some competition at this jump-off. Just to make it interesting.
You're so full of yourself, Neville Cowlin.
If the Saddle Club are too scared to do it, please stand aside.
I wish Neville had stayed at his old pony club.
Everybody takes a while to fit in when they're new.
Will he ever fit in? I'm not holding my breath.
You've done this before?
Yeah, a few times.
Any more of those to keep you busy?
Hey, Raphael.
Oh, hi everyone.
Got you hard at it.
Yeah, it's good to be busy.
Give it a rest. Thought carnival people didn't like work.
Ever try pitching 20 tents in one night with all weathers?
So how come you're afraid of holding down a regular job?
Cut it out, Neville.
Don't take Neville too seriously.
I work pretty regular. Last 6 months as a wrangler and play guitar at dances for pocket money.
Acoustic or electric?
Both. And bass too.
You're all talk, but you can't even play.
And I've earned some money rodeo riding.
Wow. Is there anything you're not good at?
Putting up with fools.
We've just had an idea.
Good.
There's so many things happening at Pine Hollow, it's hard to keep track. So we're thinking of starting a little news sheet.
Well, that's a wonderful idea.
Well, I thought of it. We thought of it together, Melanie. There's no I in team.
Well, what are you going to call it?
That's what we were going to ask you about, you being a journalist.
Deborah, did Max ever have trouble following the accountant's bookwork, or...?
The accountant? He was always on the golf course.
Better ring the bank manager. Get it straight from the horse's mouth.
That's a great title. Thanks, Drew. Very clever.
Sorry?
Straight from the horse's mouth. Brilliant. Let's go, Melanie.
Is it something I said, or...?
It's straight from the horse's mouth. Very clever.
Why does everybody keep saying hello? Yes. What I wanted to find out was the...
No. What on earth makes you think we can just walk onto my land, camp here, casual as you like,
Is that Neville's father?
This is my land, lady. Do you ever hear the word trespass?
Let's get down there.
But why do you think it's us?
You happen to be on my land the day my prize mare goes missing, that's why.
Please, stop shouting.
Don't tell me what to do, Sonny. I want answers.
Look, we've never even seen your horse.
Hey! You're way out of line, you hear me?
Mr. Cowlin, Raphael has been with us all day. What are you saying he's done?
I want you off my land or I'll get the law to run you out of the county. People like you don't belong around here.
Lots of information. The upcoming jump off at Pine Hollow. Next month's regional champs. What do you think, Melanie?
I like that article and that article.
The two you wrote.
Well, they're great.
Except for all the semicolons.
What's a semicolon?
It's a comma with a dot above it.
Well, whenever I don't know whether to finish off the sentence or not, I just add in one of them.
What do you think, Deborah?
I glanced at it before. It's good as a bulletin, but maybe it needs something more than just information. Maybe it needs something about what's going on here socially.
Like a gossip column?
I was thinking more human interest.
Gossip is what people are really interested in.
Like what other people are trying to keep secret.
Yeah.
Well, have you got enough to put in it?
Sure. Romance, secret rivalries, feuds.
Romance? Really?
You'd be surprised.
Surprise me.
Well, I heard that Megan James was going out with this guy, Reese Malloy.
No. She so has the hots for that guy, Tim Morris from Choir.
Put that in as well.
Shouldn't you just check before you put this into print?
I know. We'll write Megan James as Megan J and Reese Malloy as Reese M.
Oh, and Tim Morris as Tim M.
Mm-hmm.
No one will ever guess.
So we can camp at Pine Hollow.
Drew is an all-round nice guy.
Drew and Deb are expecting you. Do you want to head on over?
Sure.
Where's Diablo?
I turned him out to roam free.
But aren't you afraid he's gonna get lost?
He knows this country between here and Sweetwater. It's here I found him running free.
Running free?
Yeah, that's the way he likes it.
But how do you find him again?
I always know where he is.
How?
I listen to him.
You better go and get him now, my son, before the law arrives.
I'd love to own a horse like Diablo.
Nobody owns Diablo. A horse with spirit owns himself.
Wonder what they're up to.
Let's find out, shall we?
Well, Diablo.
With another horse.
Isn't that Lady Louise?
Looks like her. Did you know she was here, Raphael?
Of course not.
Oh, no. Here comes trouble.
I knew you were a horse thief.
Busted. I didn't bring Lady Louise here.
You've just been caught red-handed.
Mr. Callan, you know Lady Louise has run off before. She was probably lonely and followed Diablo.
Come to think of it, what are you three doing here?
Exactly. Why would Raphael lead us to where he's hidden a stolen horse?
Unless you're in on it as well.
Now listen to me, the four of you. I'm going to make trouble for this horse thief and his little helpers. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're harboring horse thieves on your property.
Whoa there, no. Now, I've heard what happened, and I don't see how it amounts to thieving. Lady Louise jumped a fence and palled up with another horse. It's just not that serious.
Oh, really? Well, I'll tell you what is serious. 3 of your girls were his accomplices.
Oh, come on.
Come on what? That is serious. Look, Drew, these people are vagabonds and you've been conned by them.
Thanks for your concern, Bob. But I can handle myself.
This would never have happened if Max were here.
That's nice. What's it called?
Oh, it hasn't got a name yet.
Are you making it up now?
Yeah.
Where did you learn to play so well?
My dad was good. He taught me for a couple of years.
But he's not around anymore?
No, he didn't like traveling all over. He wanted to settle down, so he ran away from the circus.
Have you ever thought of settling down?
Yeah, but you get used to the way things are. And Mum, she likes the life, so she's too old to change.
Aren't you worried about your education?
I get by on my correspondence lessons.
It's a tough world out there. That's why I'm working hard at school.
Yeah, but you don't need to be a genius to mend tack.
You could do much bigger things than that, Raphael. If you gave yourself a chance.
Do you think that?
I haven't known you for long, but I can tell. You're special.
Sorry. Didn't realize I was interrupting anything.
I thought the Saddle Club were meant to look out for each other.
What's on your mind, Veronica?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, we all know there is.
I just don't like seeing Lisa make a fool of herself with an older man.
And this would be Raphael.
Poor Lisa is so naive and inexperienced.
It's very nice of you to be so concerned all of a sudden.
I'm just afraid she won't be able to handle it and wind up getting very hurt. I really think you should have a word with her.
And you think someone more sophisticated could handle Raphael?
Of course.
Someone like you.
Exactly. You are so not mature.
Hi, Diablo. Do you want to come for a ride with Lady Louise? I thought you and Lady Louise were friends. Come on, Diablo.
Hello. Nice day, isn't it?
It's wonderful to be alive.
Do you tell fortunes only at fairs or any time?
Why don't you come inside and we'll see what's in the crystal for you? It concerns an affair of the heart, doesn't it?
No.
You forget. I can see things.
Well, maybe.
Raphael,
Hi there.
you're a very good rider. I was wondering, do you give private lessons?
Riding lessons.
Yeah, I'd pay you, of course.
Nobody's asked me that before.
I just feel I've learned all I can at Pine Hollow.
Yeah, sure, but I can't do it straight away.
That's okay.
Hi there.
Hi. Your mother is a very good fortune teller.
Really? I mean, yeah, I know.
She looked into my future and she got almost everything right.
Oh, the future is like an open book to her.
It concerns you too.
Me?
She said we would become romantically linked.
Mum said that?
Well, she said a tall, dark stranger would come into my life now.
But maybe there's another tall, dark stranger.
Like who?
Like Neville.
He's not a stranger. He's just strange.
I don't know, Veronica. I just get the feeling that we're just too different.
But you could change.
Into what?
From a stranger to a friend.
It's the same as show jumping. Why do we have different age groups? Because competitors are of different levels of experience and maturity. Same with boyfriends. Lisa's a nice kid, but she's just too young for somebody like Raphael.
And you're not.
Raphael and I have had a little talk. On the surface of it, you wouldn't think we'd get on. But we've discussed things and reached an understanding.
I think you're being a bit hasty, Veronica.
Meaning what?
Well, I've had a long talk to Raphael, and I'd say I've reached an understanding.
What about?
He's very impressed with my riding and has offered to give me private lessons.
Oh, I see. Just riding lessons. I'm talking about something more personal.
Like what?
I'm sorry, it's personal.
Tell me.
Christy, calm down. I'm sorry you had your heart set on Raphael, but it's just not meant to be.
We'll see about that.
Diablo! 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 Diablo!
Are you okay, Raphael?
Diablo's gone missing.
How?
I don't know. I can usually find him anywhere, like I told you, but I'm afraid he must be hurt,
Or what?
or maybe he was taken away by somebody.
I wondered why he was looking so pleased with himself.
Who? Where's Diablo?
Who?
Diablo, Raphael's horse. Where is he?
Suppose you just drifted off, like you drift a boyfriend.
If you hurt him...
Yeah? You're what?
So you have got him.
Nice try. But you don't know anything, and you can't prove anything. So just get lost.
But Diablo's smart and strong. Neville couldn't just drag him off.
No, not against his will.
But Neville's cunning.
Maybe he used Lady Louise as a lure.
Yeah, I'd believe that.
How come you're only smart sometimes?
Hey.
So Neville's hidden Diablo somewhere.
At their place. It makes sense.
I'm going looking for him.
Not by yourself, you're not.
Can't ask.
You're not asking. We're volunteering. Well, I am.
And me.
Try and stop me.
But we've got to be careful. This could be dangerous.
If things get scary, head straight back here and take off back to Pine Hollow.
The farmhouse is just over the hill, so be careful.
Let's creep down and see if we can spot Diablo.
My sister came here to pick apples once. Carole set the dogs on her.
Thanks, Phil. Just what we all needed to make us feel better.
Let's go.